What's up everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and unfortunately they did it again, man. Like, the same thing that happened last week with the Italy GTB, where the custom version is slower. This same thing is happening, or happens to the Specter and the Specter Custom. I mean, look at this clip. I'm in the Specter Custom. We have a bunch of cars here, but the two that you need to pay attention to are the one next to me, that is the regular Specter, and then if you want to compare it to another sports car, we have the 770 to the left of it. And the 770 does overtake both of these cars, so at least in terms of, top speed and acceleration, that seems to be the better car. But look at this, the Specter regular does overtake me in the custom version. It's not by much, and I will say it's a little bit better than the Italy GTB, but still, man, how does that happen? How does the car you pay more for end up being worse in terms of performance? I don't know. I'll never understand what Rockstar thinks, but in this video, what I'll be doing is showing you guys some tests compared to the Massacre race car. That's like the top of the line in the sports cars. We also have the 770. In this next test, I am going to be back in the regular version, so you can see how it compares against some of those other cars. And then I guess some people just joined, so we have like T20s, 900Rs, and some other cars in this that don't really count, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to them. And then at the end, I'll show the lap times, which is actually pretty surprising, at least in terms of a straight line. So you can see in the first test, the Specter regular version, it does beat the Specter Custom. In addition to, well, it stays close to the 770, and honestly, it's not that bad compared to the Massacre race car. I mean, the Massacre race car, it dominates any other sports car, but this one, it keeps up for most of the length. At the very end, you can see it's sort of the race car version sort of taking off, but considering most races you're going to be in, if you're, strictly looking at this car for performance, most races aren't going to be in a straight line. You're going to have a lot of turns and stuff. This is not a bad vehicle. Now, in this next one, you'll see that it's basically just me against the Specter Custom. Ultimately, and this is, why most of this stuff, I guess, doesn't really matter that much. Most of the time, it's going to come down to the driver. If you get a good start, you're going to beat, the Specter Custom. If you're just a better driver, you can handle the turns and all that, you can beat a dude in a Specter Custom or a 770 or a Massacre race car. In most of these tests, I do get a better start. Like, I'm holding down the handbrake and the gas about halfway, so I don't spin my tires as much, because this car, I believe, does not have all-wheel drive, so you will spin your tires at the beginning unless you do what I just said. I mean, just to reiterate the part that it ultimately comes down to the driver, here you can see I'm in the Specter Custom now, and I do actually beat the 770 and the regular Specter. So if you're going against someone who's not good at racing, then, or not good at getting a good start, or it doesn't know the mechanics, then yeah, it does not matter that much. Now this test, I actually don't get a good start. I hit the right trigger when the grenade blows up, and that's actually what happened in the first clip. And you can see the difference when you don't get a good start in the Specter Custom. The Specter, the regular version, it smokes it, and even the 770 smokes it, and obviously the Massacre race car smokes it. But if you don't get that good start, you're not gonna end up doing well. Here's the final airport test we just went. It was me against the regular Specter, and we're just going to one side, or from one side of the airport to the other. And again, the regular Specter does end up doing better, not by much. Again, it's just by a sliver. But in my mind, that's kind of unacceptable, since you're paying more, like $200,000 more for the custom version. I mean, I guess you can say you get the customization on it, where the regular version gets the performance, but still, I'd rather not have to buy two cars. As for the racing laps, as for the lap times in a straight line, so this is actually surprising, because the Italy GTB last week, the regular version in this straight line test, actually beat the custom version. But when I tested it with these two cars, the Specter and the Specter Custom, the Specter Custom actually did beat the regular Specter in top speed, like in this lap time, only by, I think, 0.6 seconds. I believe the regular Specter, the one you're seeing now, the lap time is 107.5, where when we get to the custom Specter, you'll see it's 106.9, I believe. So in terms of top speed, I guess the custom does overtake the regular version, but like I was saying earlier, most races you're not going to be in a straight line for a minute like I am in this race. This is just to see the acceleration and the top speed. Overall, though, I think this is a pretty solid car. It costs $600,000 to buy the regular version, and then at the moment, it's only $189,000 to get to upgrade it to the custom version, because there's actually a 25% off Benny's sale at the moment. So for around $800,000, I guess if you want to get all the upgrades, let's just say it's going to be $1 million to purchase this car. That's actually not that bad in my mind. I love the look of this car. Like, it's so sleek. It's so beautiful looking. If you do plan on upgrading it, the customization is amazing. There's a ton of options. Also, for me just driving it around free mode for about an hour or two, I can say the handling is one of the better cars. I love the handling. I didn't find it swerving too often, and overall it was just a pretty solid car to drive around in free mode. I guess when it does come to racing, and I think Bruffy, you can go check out his videos. He did a video. He can confirm the fact that the custom version does actually, in an actual racing environment, the custom version is like a second or two behind the regular version. So if that does matter, then don't upgrade it. Although the regular version doesn't have it barely has any customization on it. Although it still looks good if you just like the stock version of the car. But I think to end this video, I would say to buy this car if you're looking for a new sports car. We haven't had a good one in a while. I guess the 770 was the last one. But if you're just looking for a nice, sleek version of a sports car that does have good performance, it doesn't, obliterate anything. It's not going to be the top of the line, but it's still up there. It can still compete. The Specter is definitely for you. And if you don't care for the performance as much, then get the customization, since it's only $189,000 more. But that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop a like if you did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on the Specter and the Specter Custom down below. Do you care that the custom version, like the Italy GTB, is worse than the regular version, or are you still going to buy it either way? Next video that's going to be coming up in about an hour or two is going to be a paint job guide for this car, because I absolutely love this car, and I can't wait to see what paint jobs go with the liveries and what paint jobs just go with the regular car and all that. I've seen some really great pictures out there, so hopefully you guys come and check that video out when it does release. And then I know I said yesterday I was going to live stream, but today I actually am going to live stream. Might be a little bit of a later live stream, since I am going to be releasing another video, but we're going to be doing some car shows, some fun stuff with this car and with some of the other cars that have released over the last month or two. Anyway, until then, I'll see you guys, as always, in the next one.